This is Balatro. Balatro, however you pronounce it, one thing is for certain. This game is extremely fun and addicting. A roguelike card game based on poker, Balatro is one of the most fun games I've ever played and so far is my choice for Game of the Year. The trophy list has 32 trophies, including 18 bronze, 7 silver, 6 gold, and of course, at the end of it all, a shiny new platinum trophy. But while Balatro may appear to be a fun little card game on the surface, this platinum trophy would end up haunting my dreams. Balatro has a very simple concept, but it can be confusing if you've never played it yourself, so before we get to the trophies, let me explain how the game works. You start with a deck of 52 cards, just like in poker. The game is divided into 8 levels referred to as antes. There are more antes beyond ante 8, but those are just bonuses. If you reach and beat ante 8, you win the run. Each ante is further divided into 3 levels: small blind, big blind, and boss blind. As the names imply, small blind is the easiest, big blind is the middle, and boss blind is the hardest. In order to score points, you must play poker hands. Each type of hand has 2 scoring aspects to it: chips on the left and multiplier on the right, with basic hands such as pairs and high cards being worth a lower amount of points, while harder to make hands such as straights, flushes, and full houses give you more points. To help out on your runs, you earn money throughout the game, and between blinds have a shop where you can purchase different cards. These include tarot cards, special cards that let you alter your deck in different ways, celestial cards which give bonus points to their corresponding hand type for the rest of the run, spectral cards which essentially are just more rare, more powerful tarot cards, and most importantly, Joker cards. Cards that have a wide variety of effects and abilities that can increase your score, make it easier to play certain types of hands, give you extra money, or even just give you an extra life if you should fail the run. With that explanation out of the way, we can finally move on to the trophies. And we wouldn't have to wait long, as our first 2 trophies, Ante Up and 10K, would come in our very first run of Balatro. For my first run, I ended up going with a 3-of-a-kind build, taking advantage of the half Joker card, which gives us a plus 20 multiplier if our played hand has fewer than 3 cards in it, as well as Wily Joker, which gives us 100 chips if we play a 3-of-a-kind. With a 3-of-a-kind of 10s, we score enough to beat the boss, which unlocks the Ante Up trophy for reaching Ante 4 for the first time. Later in that run, on Ante 5, we've increased our scoring enough that a 3-of-a-kind with 9s would score 11,304 points for us in one hand, earning the 10K trophy for scoring at least 10,000 points in a single hand. Unfortunately, this run would come crashing down shortly after this trophy as I lost to the Ante 5 boss blind, but with 2 trophies earned on our first run, as well as getting over halfway to winning, I was feeling pretty good. On our next run, we'd quickly unlock another trophy in the very first ante. By playing a 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace of Spades at the same time, we earned the Royale trophy for playing our first Royal Flush. It would be a few more runs before we unlock any more trophies, but eventually we'd get an attempt that would earn us 4 trophies in one run: Retrograde, Anti-Upper, You Get What You Get, and Heads Up. Remember those celestial cards I mentioned that level up your poker hands as you go? Well, on this run I decided to buy those as often as I could, specifically going after Mercury, the celestial card that levels up your pairs. Upon using these cards to upgrade my pairs to level 10, I unlocked the Retrograde trophy for leveling up a hand to level 10 for the first time. With the combination of jokers I had, this run was going pretty well. I had Banner, a joker that gives me extra chips based on the number of discards I have, Green Joker, which gives me +1 malt every time I play a hand, Bull, which gives me 2 chips for every dollar I have, Supernova, which gives me 1 malt per time that I've played the poker hand I'm currently playing, and Abstract Joker, which gives me +3 malt for each joker I own. Combined with the pairs I'd been leveling up so much, this run was the first time it looked like I might have a chance to win. Eventually in the run, we defeated the boss blind of Ante 7 and unlocked the Ante Upper trophy for reaching Ante 8 for the first time. By the end of the run, the Ante 8 boss was no match for my build as we beat him using only 3 of the 4 hands we could play. Beating Ante 8 unlocked the Heads Up trophy for winning for the first time, as well as the You Get What You Get trophy for winning a run without re-rolling your shop. And I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't going for that trophy. I was just so bad at the game at this time that I legitimately never even thought about re-rolling my shop. That trophy was a happy little accident. For my next trophy, I need to explain how the collection works in Balatro. There's a variety of different types of cards you can collect. Some of these are unlocked by default, and some of them unlock when you complete certain challenges in the game. Anytime you buy a card for the first time, you discover that card. There are a lot of cards to discover: 150 jokers, 22 tarot cards, 12 planet cards, and 18 spectral cards. There are also 32 vouchers, which aren't cards but rather modifiers for the run, as well as other things in the collection that are less important. Eventually, we will need to discover all of the 340 different things in the collection for a trophy. And you may be thinking, wow, Igni, that sounds like a lot. But compared to the final trophy I'd have to get, that's a cakewalk. Now that that's been explained, we can get back to our next trophy. Upon using the Hanged Man tarot card for the first time, we officially discover the last of our 22 tarot cards, which unlocks the Cardomancy trophy for finishing our tarot card collection. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident about my Balatro skills. I mean, it had been almost 15 hours since I unlocked my first trophy, so I'm basically an expert at this point. With this confidence, I decided to go for the Speedrunner trophy, which requires you to win a run in 12 or fewer rounds. A round in Balatro means 1 blind. In a normal run, there are 8 antes with 3 blinds, so 24 total rounds. However, for the small and big blinds, you have the option to skip them. If you play the blind, you'll earn money, get access to more shops, and can build up any scaling jokers that get stronger over time. If you skip, you get none of that, but what you do get is a tag, a special power-up with a variety of effects that can help your run. Generally, skipping blinds is good to do a small amount per run, but for this challenge, we will have to skip 12 of the 16 small and big blinds. We started off the challenge by getting Northern Lion, Egg, a joker that increases its sell value by 3 every time you play a round, and Swashbuckler, which gives you malt equal to the sell value of your jokers. With this combo, we'd easily sail through the early and mid game. Later in the run, I'd prove that I was apparently God's chosen favorite on this run, as when opening a pack of tarot cards, I'd find a soul card. Soul cards are extremely rare cards, only showing up in roughly 1 in every 100 tarot card packs, and upon buying them, you'll get one of the legendary jokers, powerful jokers that almost guarantee you will win your run. So we buy the soul card, get the Canio joker, and unlock the legendary trophy for discovering our first legendary joker. With this crazy combo, we reach the final boss in just 10 rounds played, beating him in 2 hands to win the run in 11 total rounds and unlocking the speedrunner trophy for us. With that taken care of, we go for something a bit easier. Once per ante, you can buy a random voucher, which modifies your run in some way. The trophy we're going for, ROI, requires you to buy 5 vouchers in the first 4 rounds. This normally isn't possible, but by resetting our run until we start with a voucher skip tag, we can buy 2 vouchers in the first shop. This puts us on pace to be able to get the trophy, and upon reaching ante 4 and buying the voucher in that shop, we get our 5th voucher, unlocking the ROI trophy. Our next 2 trophies are very basic. The card player trophy for playing at least 2,500 cards, and the card discarder trophy for discarding at least 2,500 cards. In addition to the normal game, Balatro has special challenge runs where they place various restrictions on you to make the run harder. I decided to do my first one, and upon beating it, I unlocked the Rule Bender trophy. Now, the real astute viewers amongst you may have realized I didn't just unlock a trophy in the video. I don't have the footage of me getting that trophy. I'm not sure if I accidentally deleted it or forgot to record during it or what, because the footage for this part of the video is at least 3 months old at this point. But we will end up coming back to the challenge runs later anyway, so there isn't really much missed out on here. On top of the challenge runs, there's another method of adding difficulty: stakes. Upon beating a run with a deck, you unlock the next stake for that deck. There are 8 total stakes for each of the decks, starting at white, then red, and finishing at gold. Upon winning our first run on red stake, we unlock the low stakes trophy. We then unlock another collection trophy, Clairvoyance, for discovering every spectral card in the game. Our next trophy comes from scoring. During one of our runs, we have a setup with a lot of malt. There's honestly too much going on here to explain it all in a reasonable time, but basically just know spade flush means a lot of points. I like points, so upon playing a flush of spades, we score 1.6 million points in one hand, unlocking the 1000k trophy for scoring at least 1 million points in a single hand. Continuing to climb up the difficulty stakes, we eventually win a run on Black Stake, the 4th of 8 difficulties. Doing this unlocks the Mid Stakes trophy for getting our first Black Stake win. For our next trophy, we get a run where we get 2 copies of the Joker DNA. The effect of DNA is that if the first card we play in any round is a single card, DNA will make a copy of that card in my hand. By having 2 DNA cards, I can make 2 copies every round. All the way in ante 9, this allows us to unlock the Big Hands trophy for having at least 80 cards in our deck at one time. This also allows us to get another trophy in this run. This is another scoring trophy, and unlike last time, this one is easy enough to explain. The card I was usually copying with DNA was a Steel Ace. Steel cards are a special kind of card that, when held in your hand, give you 1.5 times multiplier. I also had the Joker Mime, which causes every card in your hand to trigger twice. That means with 6 Steel Aces in my hand and Mime as a Joker, I get 12 triggers of 1.5 times multiplier. This, combined with Card Sharp and Ramen, both of which increase my multiplier by 3 and 2 times respectively, allow me to increase the multiplier to an insane amount of 42,941, scoring a hand worth over 467 million points, easily unlocking the 100,000k trophy for scoring at least 100 million points in one hand. Finally reaching the highest difficulty, I get a run where I have Space Joker, a Joker that has a chance to upgrade my played hand every time I play it. This, combined with Bootstraps, a Joker that gives me a large amount of malt based on how much money I have, as well as having saved up $169, allows us to squeak out a win against the final boss, earning us the high stakes trophy for finally getting our first gold stake win. Speaking of money, for our next trophy, we need a lot of it, as we're going to be going for the Nest Egg trophy, which requires us to have at least $400 on hand at a single time. The way I did this was with the Anaglyph deck. See, Balatro has different decks, each of which has unique features. The Anaglyph deck's unique feature is that when you beat a boss, you get a double up tag. What the double up tag does is that it allows us to get an extra copy of a future skip tag. These double ups can be held all run, allowing us to stack them up. Eventually, I find myself in Ante 8 sitting on 8 double up tags when the handy skip tag appears. The handy tag allows us to get $1 for each hand we've played in this run, in this case $48. With 8 extra copies, I end up having $487, well past the $400 I need for the trophy. My next trophy is a trophy I shouldn't have earned at all. As I mentioned earlier, each deck has different stakes for you to increase the difficulty with. The next trophy we're going to get, Completionist Plus, requires you to win with gold stake on each deck, but at the time I was playing, the trophy was bugged and would randomly unlock for people at any point after they'd won their first gold stake on a single deck. So, after a random red stake win, I unlocked the Completionist Plus trophy despite not having done gold stake on all decks. In fact, by the time I finished platting the game, there were still a few decks I'd never beaten gold stake with just because I didn't like those decks. But I certainly won't complain about a free trophy. Before we get to the hard trophies, we have a few more random trophies to get. Flushed, Shattered, Astronomy, and Tiny Hands. For Flushed, we have to play a flush using only wild cards. Wild cards are a special kind of card you can make using tarot cards that count as any kind of suit you want. My strategy for this was to play the Magic deck, which gives you 2 Fool Tarot cards at the start of the run. The Fool Tarot lets you copy the last tarot card you played. I then simply play the game until I had made a few wild cards and managed to get 3 of them in my hand at once. I then used the Fool twice to get 2 Lovers Tarot cards and make 2 more wild cards in my hand. This allows me to play a flush with the wild cards and unlock the Flushed trophy. For Shattered, we have to have 2 glass cards break at once. Glass cards are another special kind of card that, when scored, double your multiplier, but they have a 1 in 4 chance of breaking and disappearing from your deck. But when I went to do it, dude, are you serious? I played 4 of you and not a single one of you broke? So we retried again when we had 3 of them in our hand. Come on, please break, please break, please break. Brother, why do you hate me? But eventually we get the trophy by playing a simple pair and getting lucky that they both break, unlocking the Shattered trophy. For Astronomy, I accidentally wasn't recording and had to panic when I unlocked the trophy and realized, but all we had to do was purchase our final Undiscovered Planet card. And for Tiny Hands, we got the Joker Trading card. If I discard a single card from my first discard, Trading card destroys it and gives me $3. This, combined with a few tarot cards, would eventually shrink my hand size down to 20 and unlock the Tiny Hands trophy for having a deck size of 20 or less. With those trophies out of the way, I moved back to the challenge decks. Balatro has 20 different challenges, most of which range from fairly easy to a little difficult, except for one. The final challenge is extremely difficult, Jokerless. As the name implies, you have to beat a run using no jokers. You are literally incapable of buying jokers at all, and jokers are your main way of scoring. This challenge can be brutal, but I have a good plan for it. I start by resetting my game until I get a Mars card in the first shop. Mars is the celestial card of 4 of a kind. Eventually, we get one and we're ready to roll. The strategy here is to try and buy as many Mars cards as I can to increase the scoring of 4 of a kind. At the same time, I'm going to be using tarot cards to make my deck better. We also want to be using Hanged Man to destroy cards that we don't want, and Death cards to copy cards that we do want. We also get very lucky when this happens. Okay, let's see what we got on the blinds. Ooh, oh my god! Oh my god! And it, dude, take this. Take this. Level up 4 of a kind by 6 levels. My 4 of a kind's at level 9 on Ante 2. What? The rest of the run is just me making multi-cards, glass cards, etc., as well as leveling up 4 of a kind with celestial cards. So let's skip to the final boss. Okay, this is it. This is it. Forces one card to always be selected. That's fine. That's also fine. That's also fine. You're gonna be a glass card. This is gonna be our, we'll send our first one. First hand out, gamers. 71,000, that's good. Play that. Just play that. Throw some trash at him. We don't have 6s yet. We don't have enough 6s yet. We're fine. Play that. Next hand is it. Godspeed, gamers. This should be it. And by should, I mean it's guaranteed to be it. We've done it. We've actually done it in first try. Rule breaker trophy. That's supposed to be the hardest challenge in the game, dude. That was first try. Dude, that was first try. I'm sure I sound like an idiot right now, but I've been dreading that. I thought that was gonna take me hours. Like I thought this would be days of my life. That was first try. And while that trophy didn't take days like I was afraid it might, the final trophy would. Not just days, but months. Months of my life for one trophy. But before I get to that trophy, we have 2 more trophies to quickly unlock at the same time. Extreme Couponer and Completionist. All I need to complete my collection is the last voucher. Upon buying the last voucher I need, I unlock Extreme Couponer for discovering every voucher card and Completionist for discovering every single card in the collection. Now for the final trophy. The trophy that made me hate this game while I was going for it. Maybe the most annoying trophy I've ever seen in a video game. Completionist Plus. When you beat a run with a Joker, you get a sticker for that Joker. The color of the sticker you get corresponds to the level of the run you were playing on. In Balatro, there are 150 different Jokers. Completionist Plus requires you to get a gold sticker on every single one of those Jokers. That means you have to beat Gold Stake with all of the 150 different Jokers in the game. And for some Jokers, that's really easy. But for other Jokers, it's a nightmare. Some Jokers, like the one just called Joker, aren't very good and don't help you out much at all. Other Jokers, like Popcorn and Ice Cream, decay over time and disappear when fully decayed. That means that a lot of the Jokers are very annoying to get gold stickers for, and I would have to get gold stickers for all 150 of them. Local Thunk, if you end up watching this somehow, I love your game, but you're a sadistic dude. Thankfully, there is a strategy to help hunt down these Jokers. The Anaglyph deck that we used earlier to get a lot of money can also be used to get a lot of Jokers. This is done via the negative Jokers. Negative Jokers are a special type of Joker that don't take up one of your Joker slots. By saving up our double up tags until we get a negative skip tag, we can earn multiple negative Jokers at one time. This lets me regularly have 10 plus Jokers at a single time. However, it isn't guaranteed you get a negative tag every run, and even when you do get a negative tag, it isn't guaranteed the Jokers you get will be Jokers you need. But this strategy still drastically decreases the amount of time this trophy takes. Without this strategy, the trophy would probably take thousands of hours and be almost impossible. With this strategy, it still takes hundreds of hours. Eventually, after months of searching for all the Jokers I need, I have only 3 Jokers left. By a sheer miracle, I managed to get 2 of the remaining 3, Diet Cola and the Order, in a single run, meaning I have only 1 Joker left. Zanny Joker. A common Joker that not only have I never gotten a gold sticker on, but I've never even used a beta run simply because I think 3 of a kinds are one of the worst builds you can go for. So I set out to find the last Joker I need. Okay, that's the Joker we need. That's our last Joker. If we can win this run, we win the whole shebang. We get the platinum trophy. If I can just win this run. Do something like that. 135,000. Okay, as long as we don't get a bad boss, we win. 135,000 in one hand. As long as the boss isn't something that screws us, we're good. What's the boss? No. No. No, 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 no. That's the one boss I didn't want. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No. Okay. Okay. This is the best we can do. We should have to pray it disables Zany as much as it can. Green is terrible. Oh, green is terrible. Why would you disable green? Okay, it does let us discard some though without lowering, which is good. Oh, this has a 3 of a kind. Or yeah, this has a 3 of a kind in the flush. Zany's actually gonna help us. Okay, how much is this score without green? 96,000. Could be worse. That's on pace to be okay. Bull being disabled is also terrible. We need Zany disabled. Okay, we gotta discard more. Zany being disabled is what we need. Okay, give me these bonus cards here to make up for Bull's chips. It's not gonna be making up for Bull fully, but it'll give us some nice bonus here. What is this score? 151. Okay, Zany's disabled. Zany's disabled. Oh, we can win. We can win. We can win. Okay, this should win it for us. If not, it's gonna get us so close that we should win next hand. Come on, give me enough. Give me my platinum. Give me my platinum. Yes, give me my platinum. Pop it, pop it. Show me my trophy, please. Where's my trophy? Where's my trophy? Where's my trophy? It's every Joker gold. That's every one. Maybe I have to lose the run first? Let me like win another hand, another round. Pop, please. No. Let me try and reach the next ante. Okay, does that pop it? No. Okay, let me try losing. Still didn't pop. Let me try relaunching the game. Still nothing. Let me try starting a new run. Brother, please tell me this trophy's not bugged. Please tell me I haven't wasted like 400 hours of my life grinding this trophy. How long is it? 300. Please tell me I haven't wasted 300 hours of my life grinding this trophy and it doesn't pop. I will cry. Worried about having wasted months of my life, I quickly went to the Balatro Discord and asked if anyone had experienced this bug. Thankfully, someone in the Discord told me that the fix was to simply win any run again, so I loaded up a basic, boring white stake run prepared to test it out. Okay, Ante 8, we did a white stake run, just basic level, easiest level there is. We're back on the Ante 8 final boss now. We're gonna see if this unlocks it. Someone said that if you just beat a run at all after you have it, it'll unlock. We're gonna see if that's true. I really hope it is. Okay, if it's true, if that person's telling the truth, if the guy in the Discord's right, this is the platinum trophy right here. Please, please work. Thank you. Thank you. It's over. It's over. Oh, platinum. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Balatro may be the biggest disconnect I've ever had between how much I loved a game and how much I hated the trophies for that game. In terms of just the game, Balatro is, as of the time of me making this video, my game of the year. While I know it will never win that, I think it realistically does deserve to be indie game of the year, and nothing else is particularly close in my opinion. It's such a simple concept, but done in a way that's incredibly fun and addicting. No two runs ever feel exactly the same, despite me having done easily thousands of them, and in terms of playing the game, my enjoyment never decreased at all. But in terms of getting the trophies, I was miserable. Most of the trophies were fine, but Completionist Plus is just a nightmare and I hated doing it. If I didn't love Balatro as much as I did, there is no way I would have been able to continue that grind. If you're looking for a fun game to play, I'd highly recommend Balatro. As a game, it gets a 10 out of 10 easily. But if you're considering trophy hunting it, you better be prepared for a lot of annoyance and a lot of grinding, because you are likely going to love playing this game and despise getting its trophies. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys back for the next trophy hunting video.
Oh my god! Ha! Joker! Oh, Joker! What is it? It's